I'm Lynn.
I'm Amanda.
And this is the Pursuit of Badasserie, the podcast. We're cutting through the fluff and cracking open what it really takes to build a business and life that you actually want.
No gurus, no gatekeeping, just real talk, big action, and the badass energy you need to scale and slay.
Some episodes, it's just us.
And sometimes we bring on powerful guests with stories that'll hit home.
Either way, this is not about playing small.
It's about going all in.
Let's get after it. What up? I'm Lynn.
And I'm Amanda. Welcome to the Pursuit of Badasserie, the podcast. We're doing an energy check for Q2.
Check one, check two.
Check. Where are you in your energy this month, this week, this quarter?
Are you on track or are you lost in the weeds? You know, we love goals. You know that we love a plan, a strategy, all of that. And really listen to some of our old podcasts. If you don't have goals, if you don't have strategy, it is important. But what we want to talk about is to the people who absolutely have a goal in mind. And this is your time. Every quarter is a great time to just do a reality check and see, where am I at now? Where am I at in comparison to where I want to be or where I need to be in order to make this happen?
I love doing an energy check in Q2 because I think many people believe in New Year's resolutions. We're not big New Year's resolutions people. We're more goal setters. However, most goals that you set or most resolutions you set in January are pretty much done by February. So by the time April comes around, this is a great way to check in. Are any of those things still sticking? Are any of those things still relevant to you? Do you care about those superficial resolutions that you made in January? Were those things that you made at 11:59 on December 31st that all your friends were making the same goal, so you decided to make it too? Are they really your goals? So now's a good time to shift your energy and check your progress and check whether or not that's still something you want to do.
We literally had a call with one of our clients this morning and we know her timeline. And essentially we called her out on it because we're recording this in April. I'm not sure when this will post, but we batch. And she had a goal to finish something, make a decision, a big decision by March 31st. And now it's the first week of April. And we're like, where are you at with that? You realize that has a cause and effect, right? So really looking at your timeline and seeing everything that's been put into the last 3 months. So this will not just be where are you at with your goals, but it's also an energy check. Like, are you staying active and busy or are you staying effective? Action does not equal progress. Motion does not equal progress. Action is great. You have to do action, but are you moving the needle forward? Is that motion moving the needle forward? You need to be like looking at where you are, where you want to be, and has that marker move towards it? Are you hitting those timelines? Are you hitting where you think you should be, the sub goals or the benchmarkers? But also like your energy. Do you feel exhausted? Do you feel like you've gotten anything done? Do you feel proud of what you've accomplished in the first quarter? Because if not, so it's two parts. It's not just the strategy and the action part, but also it is the energy and the effort, the effectiveness, the mindset, the feeling that you have inside of you. Those two aspects are really good to check right now.
Yeah.
So it's an energy check.
It's an energy check. We talk about a lot. We talk about being a hamster on a wheel. So is that where you are? Are you so stuck in like the to-dos and the stress and the I'm so busy and there's just so much to do that you're just a little hamster on a wheel, spinning. Maybe you change from your wheel to the little hamster ball. I don't know if you guys had those hamster balls when you were little, but it's the same. Oh, you changed locations, but did you really change anything? Are you still at hamster going freaking nowhere all the time with what you do? And this is the time I hear a lot because from a US perspective, we're heading into the end or the beginning, depending on how you do your taxes, of tax season. And there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of turmoil in the United States in general. And there's a lot of using that as a scapegoat for productivity. Oh, well, I can't get this done because I'm waiting to hear about this. Or, oh, I have to get my taxes back before this. And, oh, I'm just too stressed. I have too much to do right now because I'm so busy and productive. No, those are excuses that you're using to procrastinate what you actually need to get done. In fact, I would challenge you if you're that busy, and I say this not with love so much, but with reality from my past. If you're that busy, you're not being productive. You're wasting time and energy somewhere, because if you truly are so busy, you can't rearrange your schedule in an hour for the entire week, something is wrong in your schedule. Something is not working. I would say many things are not working. So what can we energetically shift, time shift, all the things, change it up? Because are you really being effective and productive, or are you just going through the motions.
I love that you brought up calendar, because I think that that is another good place to look at not just our mindset, not just like what we're telling ourselves, the dialogue that we have, not just the goals, but also looking at our calendars to say, okay, what's in my calendar absolutely equal to my results that I have. Right. So you might have a full calendar of all these different meetings, all these different appointments, and were they moving that marker for you? Or you might have thought that you had all of these meetings, all of this scheduled in. And when you actually analyze your calendar, you see, oh my goodness, like I had this free. I must have gotten lost in Instagram scrolling here. I must have like took a 5-hour lunch with my friend versus the 1-hour lunch with my friend, which is all good. You just have to be honest with yourself, because the only person you're lying to is yourself. Really, your books, your productivity, your obviously, if you have employees and stuff, it does trickle down, and it does trickle down into your family members as well. But if you think that you're just so busy and you're being super productive and working in your business, but you're not moving the needle, then you're lying to yourself. You have to reevaluate what you're doing, and looking at your calendar is also going to help you.
Absolutely. I mean, where can you schedule and strategize your progress? Because we all like to imagine that we're going to wake up and just magically everything will fall into place. We'll have overnight sales of $2 million and you're just waking up to all these things. And what can you do to set yourself up towards that? What energetically needs to shift? You know, we talk about the energy check, and I can think of a couple of clients right now who are stuck in this is the way it is. This is how I'm going to be. I can't get out of this. Such and such is against me. I can't do that because of this. And if you sit in that energy, it is going to affect you. It is going to affect your business. It's going to affect your progress. It's going to affect your mindset. And it may seem small, like, oh, saying that I'm busy isn't a big thing. Well, if you make it your whole personality, it is a thing.
It absolutely is. That drives me batshit crazy. We have a few podcasts, and part of our book is about that. Speaking about energy, the evaluation part of, and this is not just the internal yourself, but also how others affect you, and also the tasks that you're doing. We'll get to the tasks in a second, but also like the whole business. Is it being amplified, or is it feeling like it's being leaked out or sucked out of you? You can do a reality check, an energy check of like, okay, with myself, do I feel like I'm depositing into myself or depleting myself? Is this particular person, when I'm around them, are they sucking my energy, or are they depositing into my energy? Is this particular task, is it draining the shit out of me, or is it exciting? Now, with tasks, sometimes we have to do things in order to move the marker. So suck it up, buttercup. Like at the end of the day, sometimes we have to do things in order to move the marker. Yes, I repeated that because it's super important, but is it necessary? So this is where you're going to ask yourself, is this absolutely necessary for me to move my business forward? We had a conversation last night about accounting and bookkeeping. Unfortunately, that is part of being in business. It's not I hate it. That's why I have people, but
think of it from the perspective, even if you hate it, it has to get done until you get to the point where you can delegate it to somebody
100%.
else. So depending on where you are in your business journey, yeah, suck it up, buttercup. Some things you're going to have to do that you don't like to do. Sometimes you have to do it until you get to the point where you've progressed enough and you've created a strategy around progressing to the point where you can hire somebody to do that. That's how solopreneurs grow into conglomerates here, because you have to start somewhere. You have to do the shit. Sorry, you have to do the shit. There's always going to be things you don't want to do that you have to do anyway. I think from a motherhood perspective, life perspective, do I want to change a dirty diaper? No, but I had to do it. Otherwise, the world is disgusting. So there are things you don't like to do in your life too that you have to do anyway. So suck it up.
Absolutely. But so auditing your energy. So energy check, again, just to kind of recap. Looking at like, are you actually in the flow, or are you being too busy? Are you on track with things and your goals and your strategy and your plan, or are you completely off strategy? Your calendar, does your calendar match the return on investment? Essentially, energy check is helping you look at your ROI, right? With all aspects, and your time worth value, your TWV. So your calendar, and then also you're auditing your energy and your mindset and where you're at and the people around you, because all of these play a part in you being able to get yourself back on track, because it's not too late. It is absolutely not too late. Even if you didn't do anything for that particular goal that first month, it's still doable. So
yeah, there's always progress that can be made, no matter how small. Progress is progress. So whatever you can do, whatever way you need to check your energy. Again, it doesn't have to be, we've mentioned this a lot of times, it doesn't have to be this huge, suddenly you go from solar power to nuclear power. Like, we're not saying that you have to do a huge energy shift here. It can be small little bits. You know, you
just
add,
being honest with yourself.
yeah, but being honest with yourself is going to make a huge
without
difference.
Shame. Like, don't be a martyr. Don't throw yourself under the bus. Don't beat yourself up. Call it what it is and move on. Like, pick it up and like, let's move. Absolutely. Wherever you're at.
Wherever you're at. I mean, spade's a spade, pick up where you are, move along, but really be honest. Like, I think it's a really, really tough reality check to look at all this work you've done, because we know that you've done work.
Yes.
January, February, March, we know that you worked. But did anything get done? If things fell off, if you missed a deadline, did you make up for that deadline? Or did you just let it spiral? So it's like a credit card payment, like, oh, I paid it. And then suddenly I didn't pay it. And then now you've got these payments that keep adding up and adding up and adding up. It's the same way in your life. Things will add up if you don't address them.
Compounded interest.
Yeah, it's the ugly side of compounded interest. And that's not just the financial side of things, it's your energetic side of things. So take an honest look, really get real with yourself, try to let go of your ego. Because I know that's a really tough one. Like, yeah, I did all this work, but you didn't get anything done and you didn't get any progress and you're not anywhere closer to where you want it to be. And that's on you, because you are absolutely the cause
and effect.
You are the problem and the solution in your business. So which one do you want to be today?
I love that. You know, we're talking about this and all I can think about, and this is a little bit like sidebar, but it fits in this particular podcast, is I remember having a conversation with a client years ago and she was just like, I'm doing all of these meetings and I'm not making any money and blah, 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 blah. And all this energy is going out. She was an introvert too. So like the meetings were extremely depleting. Yeah. Depleting for her. And so what we did is we actually did a reality check and said, okay, let's look at the meetings that you have. First of all, how many do you have in a week? Okay, maybe she had, we'll say 10. I don't, for numbers reasons. I was like, how many of those are client meetings? She's like, okay, 5 of them are client meetings. How many of those are prospect? 3 of them are prospects. And how many of those are just networking? 2 of them are networking. Now, are you showing up with the same energy, with the same idea, with the same kind of whatever for every single meeting? I think so, because you just were saying you were having 10 meetings. No, you were having 10 client meetings, you were having 3 sales calls, and you were having 2 relationship building gatherings, chats, or whatever. So if you're showing up with the same energy all the time for different things and putting everything underneath one umbrella, then of course it's going to be exhausting and you're not going to move the marker as much. So this like energy check is also like energy flows where energy goes. So if you continue to put this certain like band or like box around things or idea or mindset or just kind of grouping, which we're all for bento boxing. We love bento boxing, but in a smart, effective way that is getting us progress, that's moving the needle forward. And so just kind of a little bit more food for thought.
Yeah. Check your energy. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Almost just said that.
Because it's good.
That is. We love music. Anyway, we want to hear where you are readjusting your energy. What happened when you did an energy check? Like, be honest with yourself, calling yourself out, and not in a shameful way, but we want to hear all about it. And if you feel that this will resonate with somebody in your network, go ahead and pass it along. Tell them to subscribe. A bit of fun. We have some nuggets of knowledge.
We're cool. We know things.
Yeah. Sometimes you hear some lyrics from us.
Often. You actually have no idea how much I hold back the lyrics that I want to sing this.
Facts, because it's out there forever. Anyway, till next time.
Get after it.
Thanks for tuning in. But remember, listening is not doing.
Take what you heard today and move.
Share the episode, leave us a review, and tag us when you take action.
Head over to the pursuitofbadasserie.com and see how we're helping entrepreneurs get results without the fluff.
Until next time,
let's get after it.